Hey there, Cancer, and welcome to your week of January 10th, 2021 general tarot reading. We're going to be looking at your energy over here on the left coming into this week. We're going to look at some potential challenges for you here in the center, and we're going to look at some potential outcomes for you over on the right side here. These are going to get clarified a bit by us getting some more cards and gaining some more details for them, clarifying your reading a bit. We're also going to tie everything off with an oracle card at the end of the video as well, just to tie everything off for you. These are general readings though, Cancer, so some, all, or none of it may resonate with you. If it resonates, that's wonderful, but if it doesn't resonate, it's just not part of your message, so don't try to make something fit that doesn't. And without further ado, let's get into your reading. We have Spike just showing up to oversee things here. All right, so we're starting things off. Your energy coming into this week. We got the Hierophant, the Zawaldo, the World, and we got the King of Wands here. The Hierophant is Taurus's card, so you may have Taurus in your chart this week, not just this week, all the time. Jesus, if it comes and goes, right? But you may have Taurus in your chart. But really, this is, I feel like this, for some of you, may be completing some sort of learning process here, right? The Hierophant is about a teacher, someone who's showing you how to do things, training you, things like that. And I feel like that's, with the World combined here, the World being this big time completion, I feel like this is really saying for a lot of you here, Cancer, that you're completing some sort of training, some sort of preparation, some sort of thing you are learning to do, whether that be like taking online courses, or maybe you've just been working with someone, like training for a new job or a new position in a company, something like that. I feel like this is really coming to an end here finally, or we're having this big culmination here, which I think is just fantastic. And I feel like with the King of Wands here, this is something you've really been working hard for, something you've been really going after, you know, really putting your all into. So I think that's great. I love that you're coming in with that kind of energy. And I love that that's where we're going into this week, excuse me. So in your challenges here in the center, we got the Knight of Swords, the Nine of Wands, and the Eight of Wands here. It seems like things are kind of grinding to a halt here, and you're very anxious. Like I feel like with this completion back here in your energy, I feel like you're really anxious. Like, let's just go. And it may feel like there's a bit of a wall here stopping you for some reason. You know, it's probably not necessarily a physical wall, but it's more like, you know, saying perhaps there's someone in your way kind of holding you off. Maybe you have a gatekeeper here potentially trying to stop you, trying to ward you back. Or maybe it's saying here as well that, you know, it's like you've been trained up, it's ready to go, and they're like, okay, we got you ready for the position to show your stuff, strut your stuff, but we're gonna have to make you hold off here for a bit, Cancer, before you can do that. Like we're, you know, maybe a couple weeks, maybe months, you know, something like that. Or maybe it's something where it's like, it's a little more freelance, right? Where you've gained this information, this knowledge, and now you've hit this wall of like, now where do I take it, right? And it feels like you just want to go, just want to put it to use here, because we have the Knight of Swords, who's the fastest knight in the deck, and the Eight of Wands, who's the second fastest card in the deck, and it's like, there's all this pent up energy, but with nowhere to go. So very interesting. Over here on the right, your outcome cards, we got the Six of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Two of Pentacles here. Really what we're trying to say with this is that you're going to be improving here. Your things are going to improve. Your situation, yourself is going to be improving big time. I feel like it's going to be a situation where you're going to be able to maintain this. This is going to be a position you're going to be able to hold on, you know, sort of like fighting through like the chaotic nature of what this Five of Wands is presenting us. You're going to be able to maintain yourself in that regardless. So maybe things are going to get hectic for you in the future here, Cancer, but I feel like you're going to be handling it well and maintaining it well. So I feel like despite the chaos, you'll sort of be that like eye of the storm, right? Being able to hold your own there and be like, everything is calm. It may be chaotic around me, but because of my knowledge, because of what I've gained here, I'm actually in a wonderful position. So I love that. And with the Six of Cups here as well, you may be moving towards a situation where you're only gaining things of value. I like to say with the Six of Cups, unlike a lot of other cups in the tarot, the Six of Cups actually has things coming out of it. You can actually see the value of something. And it's almost as if to say, you're going to be only going for things that you can see the value of. Like you can see like there is value in this. I'm going to take it. I'm going to accept this offer, right? That's being offered to me. So I like that a lot. I feel like that's really you knowing the value of things and knowing that. I feel like part of this learning process you've been doing back here is really going to help highlight those kind of things for you in your life. So oh, pardon me. That's what we got so far. We're going to get some more details here with your clarifiers. We already got a couple pop-outs here to start things off. We got the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles. I like that a lot. We'll get into that in just a second. But before we get into the rest of your clarifiers, thank you so much for being here, Cancer. Appreciate it all so much. Appreciate all the love and support, seeing all the videos. I'm sending love and support to you as well. Hopefully this is resonating and helping you out. If it's not, I still hope things are going good for you. I hope things are going great for you and yours. We got a lot of cards flying out that time. Won't be taking all that. But after these clarifiers, we're going to tie everything off like with an oracle card, as I mentioned before. Spike is on the move, and let's just get into your reading, all right? So we'll go again. There we are. So the Three of Pentacles, the Eight of Pentacles, and we got the World clarifying itself. If you're new to tarot, when a card clarifies itself or just appears twice in a reading like this, that's a big time, like, pay attention to this. So I feel like this is something you've really been working forward to. Like, this is a big deal that you're having, you know, whether this is you have already accomplished this, like you've already accomplished this culmination, this, you know, finality, this closure, this climax, whatever it is, or it's going to be happening soon, right? It's very important. This is something that's, like I said, you've been working hard towards this with the King of Wands, right? And with the Eight of Pentacles. Eight of Pentacles is all about hard work. Practice makes perfect. Putting the time in, you know, repetition, the path to mastery. I feel like you've really been working hard, as I said before. And with the Three of Pentacles here as well, the Three of Pentacles talks about accomplishing things that we cannot accomplish on our own. Working with a team. As you can see, there's all these people working together, these regular sized people and this giant working on this like art, this incredible craftsmanship here. I think that's really beautiful, especially with the Hierophant, because the Hierophant also has a bunch of people coming to this person, coming to the Hierophant to learn from them, because they cannot accomplish something on their own by themselves without help from the Hierophant, right? It's knowing that there are people out there who can help you out, people who know more than you do, and seeking to learn from them. So I think that's really beautiful, like that you're in that energy and you've been working together, cooperating, and it's finally paying off. So that's beautiful. So let's look into your clarifiers for your challenge cards as well. See what's happening with them too. All right. Okay, what do we got for you? We got the Five of Wands again, the Fool, yeah, and the Moon. Wow, the Moon is Pisces card, so you may have Pisces in your chart, might be dealing with a Pisces this week as well. But again, there's that Five of Wands repeating, which again is like that serious need for improvements, the serious need to kind of, you know, break through the chaos, trying to achieve your goal. It's almost like you have, maybe this is what you've been working towards. You've been competing with some rivals here at this time. With the Fool makes a ton of sense here, especially with the Knight of Swords and the Eight of Wands, where the Fool is that new beginning, that leap of faith, the want to start something new, begin something new. I have a noisy neighbor driving by. I hope that didn't pick up on the mic, but the Fool is all about that big time beginning, right? And that's that energy we're talking about. You're kind of walled off, blocked off. You want to start something new. You got all that energy. You don't know where to put it. And the Moon, like we were talking about, maybe Pisces, might be dealing with a Pisces or have Pisces in your chart. But the Moon talks about walking your own path, right? And maybe you don't necessarily see everything in front of you because it is a card of partial illumination. As you can see, it's quite, you know, things are quite obscured here on this card. You know, we can't see absolutely everything. But it is like walking your own path. And I feel like at this time, it's like you really want to start. But again, we're talking about gatekeepers a bit with the Nine of Wands. These guys seem like they're also blocking you off. Or, you know, you're trying to get through this gate to go down where you know you want to go, to follow the Moon, to follow your path. But they're kind of holding you back as well. Very interesting. Lots of imagery. A ton of like very relevant imagery popping up for you here in this reading, Cancer. Very interesting. Very interesting. So let's get your last few bit of clarifiers before we get your oracle card to tie everything off. Maybe it's the new mat. Maybe it's doing everything here for us. Wow, the Nine of Wands again. Queen of Pentacles, Nine of Wands, and the Judgment card. Yes, yes. I like that. The Queen of Pentacles. Did I say the Queen of Wands? The Queen of Pentacles here with the Nine of Wands and the Judgment card. The Queen of Pentacles really talks about working hard, taking care of yourself, making sure you're taking care of yourself, right? She's very much nurturing and motherly, as all the queens are, but with her, it's a little more to do with your physical material world, like making sure you're in good health, making sure, you know, you've got everything you need to take care of yourself, like your finances, making sure your, you know, your stuff, like your, you know, your physical material things are functioning, like your car, for instance, or, you know, whatever you need to do your job, that kind of stuff. Making sure it's in good working order. It's not going to let you down. It's reliable. And she's really about focusing in on that. So I feel like that's going to be a big thing for you coming in the future, is making sure things are reliable, making sure things aren't going to break down on you when you need them most. So I love that. Nine of Wands, I like that that gate has kind of gone away and it's more like a tree now. It's more of a thing that is giving life rather than a thing that is blocking us off from getting to where we want to be. And this guy's not being a gatekeeper. He's just sitting here playing music, being very lackadaisical. He's like, yeah, go ahead. So I feel like that's kind of like the gate opening for you. So I like that. I like that a lot. And with the Judgment card here, I want to point out something. Both of these, the person on the Judgment flying on the Judgment card here, flying on this bird, as well as the Nine of Wands, they're both playing an instrument, you know, so that might be something for some of you. Maybe that's relevant because you might be like, this might be an instrument, you know, you might be a musician of some sort, or music might be a big thing for you at this time in your life. But the Judgment card talks about reviving something here. So something that you thought may have been dead, done, over with, kind of coming back to life. And that might be this here, where you felt like maybe your knowledge that you had attained here earlier on in your life, or earlier on in this week, down the road, might feel like that, oh, well, I never got to put it to use. But the Judgment card's kind of coming through here in the future and saying like, no, you are going to get to put this to use. Don't lose faith, right? You may have thought it was dead and over with, but we're bringing it back to life, much like these people are being brought back to life here. The music will come, the music will play to let you know, right? Maybe that'll be something significant to you. Maybe you'll start hearing the same song over and over again, like, you know, on the radio or on TV or wherever, right? Like wherever you go, you might just keep hearing the same song. You want to hear something really messed up? For myself, I watched a video about a guy talking about the history of Garfield, and I'm not a fan of Garfield. I'm not a fan of Garfield at all. Like I hardly ever think about the guy, if at all, other than Spike is a little bit orange like Garfield, but he's not a ginger cat. And I watched this video and I have not stopped seeing Garfield since. and it's just kind of like he's entered my awareness now. And maybe that's something for you. Maybe a song is going to be, after watching this reading, is going to enter your awareness, or here in the future will enter your awareness, where you won't stop hearing or seeing it. Or maybe right now, even at this time, you are hearing and seeing a song over and over again, right? Happening. So very interesting there. But I feel like, you know, the gate's gonna open. I feel like the gate's gonna open. You're gonna be set loose on the world, able to do what you want to do, to, you know, share your knowledge and do your thing here, Cancer. So I love that. So let's tie this all off with an oracle card here to end your video and your reading. I appreciate you sticking around with me this far. I hope this has been resonating and helping you out. And let's look at what your oracle card is here for you. Here, Cancer. All right. What have we got for you? We got the Fox Spirit saying, think on your feet. Yeah, thinking on your feet. Sometimes you need to do that to really get into what you need to do, right? Like you really need to think on your feet. You really need to kind of just do what you can, right? Maybe this is something that this is just going to be challenging you for this week. It's not going to be down the line, but maybe thinking on your feet might be the key to get you through the gate, right? Maybe that's what's going to pacify this person, right? Is maybe talking to them and, you know, saying, hey, you know, like, you're not going to let me through, not going to let me start. But if you let me just kind of practice on these like things that you don't need, you just kind of dummy stuff that anybody could do. Just let me have some practice to keep me sharp or something like that. And then they see how good you're doing, right? You just make this quick, like kind of like offhand offer or something, and maybe they'll let you through. And that's kind of like your foot in the door, right? I've heard someone say before, who you know gets you in the room, but what you know keeps you there, right? I feel like that's kind of going to be something really important for you this week, is kind of like using your knowledge, using what you know to keep you in the room, rather than, you know, using your connections just to get you there, using, your will to kind of get your foot in the door so that they'll let you in, that kind of thing. I feel like that's what's going to really get you there, and thinking on your feet to see those opportunities, to take that chance. I feel like that's going to be a big time key thing for you. But one thing I will say though is if you miss this opportunity, there will be more opportunities to come. I feel like people, make their own luck, right? So I love that, Cancer. Hope that's helped you out. Hope that's resonated. If you want to help out the channel, you can like the video, subscribe to it, check out your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus sign videos too. Helps out me a ton, helps out you a bunch too. Thank you for being here, and I hope to see you in the next video.